Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're not outdoors, we are indoors, inside of the car, stuck in a traffic jam. So I thought I'm going to do the intro now. We are off on a little adventure, a mini adventure really, in search, check this out, of some prehistoric stuff. I'm going to a spot that I've been to a few times before and it's always delivered, where you can find prehistoric shark's teeth. How cool is that? Proper Crocodile Dundee stuff. It's a spot, it's called Beltinge. It's on the south coast, but you can only access it when the tide is out, right? Because this sort of spit of land, of pebbles, raised area appears when the tide goes out. However, being the moron that I am, I've had all morning to get ready and leave and all of that. It's an hour's drive from where I live, and I left it too late, didn't I? The high tide is in 10 minutes, and I'm 10 minutes away, but stuck in a jam, which has just started moving. So I'm gonna go, and I'll see you when we get there. Right, no messing about. I've got here, got out of the car, but you can only find these shark's teeth. They're prehistoric shark's teeth. I can't remember what I said in the intro. And when the tide is low, so when the tide is out, there's a big spit of land that is revealed, and you can walk out and you can find these shark teeth, right? And I've done it before, but I've got here, had a look from the cliff, so you park like right up there, had a look out at the sea, and although it's low tide right now, the tide is right in. Like, you won't know how far it comes in here, but it's really in. So I didn't actually video it, but I was like, oh, I can't remember, there's a word for it, I'm sure, where the tide is, the water level is still high, but the tide is out. So effectively it's like the tide's in. Is this making any sense? Plus there was hundreds of people there, like with a load of chairs there, and I don't know. So we're going for a walk instead. We're going to go down here. I've walked from back there. I'm going to go down there. There's that bit of land, that outcrop. So we're going to go there. I think I have found a couple of teeth there before. It's just normally the tide needs to be out there, and it's not, it's right in. Anyway, let's go and have a look anyway. Got a new tripod thing. What does that look like? Maybe you're really far away. Right? Right, we're here. So it's a little bit sandy. There needs to be stones to and pebbles to look in, but we're going to give it a look in all this lot, and then I'm going to move around, cut back to me with a shark's tooth. Come on, shark's teeth, where are you? Grab. Normally you can find them just literally sitting on the surface. Ha! Right, we're in. Check it out. Okay, can you see right there? That, my friend, is a shark tooth. It hasn't got the bits at the top, you know, like a human tooth that go into the gums. But that there is a shark's tooth. I'm gonna find some more and I'll tell you a bit more about these little beauts later on. What the heck is this thing? The hell? Big ball of snot. Ooh, there's another one. No one knows what that is. Maybe it's an egg of some kind. Let me know in the comments. See Reculver Towers down there. Looks pretty mad in the mist. Right, see that sticking out the ground? I reckon that is one. Let's get it out. Come on, please have like... Oh my God. Oh, what? That is the best one I've ever found. Let's watch it. Holy crap. I'm not being funny. I've not had one that big or that good before. That is humongous. I don't know, you may not have any idea about these sort of shark's teeth, but that there, mate, is absolutely not only massive, but in perfect condition. Can you see it? That's ridiculous. I'm absolutely buzzing about that. Yes, you see, right? I'm not in the normal area. That's miles away. You know, they say, come down when the tide's out so you can get right out, and that's when you get loads of teeth. I've done that before, and I've found quite a few, but this is the best one I've found by an absolute mile. I actually can't believe I've just found that. That is the best example of those shark's teeth that I've ever found. A little bit. That bloke just thrown his dog ball right at me. Oh, he's all right. A little bit of knowledge while we're here, and don't quote me on this because I'll probably get it wrong. But those teeth that are really common around here are from a species of shark called, I think it's something like a sand tiger shark. And apparently the reason this is like a real well-known hotspot is because it's quite shallow for quite a way out. Again, don't quote me on this, probably best to go and Google it yourself. Don't worry, I've done it for you. ChatGPT says this: the abundance of shark teeth around Beltinge in Herne Bay, Kent is due to the region's geological history and the presence of specific fossiliferous, that's a good word, beds called the Beltinge fish beds. These beds, which were once part of a shallow sea, contain the remains of ancient marine life, including sharks and other fish. So I was kind of right. And the reason there's loads of teeth and the reason they congregated around here is because it's shallow, the water was warmer, and I think it's where they spawned or had their babies and that. Spawned. Sharks don't spawn, do they? Because they have live bearers. They're live bearers. Anyway, so yeah, are sharks live? Yes, sharks are live bearers. I'll tell you a little bit more about how we know that these teeth are prehistoric a bit later on. Right now, let's go and let's find some more. I'm buzzing. Another one. See it? Tooth number 3. You know, yesterday I spent an hour or so in my garden trying to make fire out of a certain type of fungus. And today I'm out foraging for dinosaur teeth, shark teeth. Sometimes I really do wonder why I'm single. Sun's coming out. Yeah, boy. I'm talking about. Next. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why not, man? Come on, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will endeavour, don't really ever use that word, do my best to keep bringing videos that might be mildly entertaining, factual, watchable in some way, shape or form. Right? Big up. goes to show, doesn't it? You see, I've turned up here this morning, and the tide, as I mentioned earlier, wasn't really in the right place for you to find these teeth, right? According to Google and everything else. Oh no, you have to be out on that spit of land when the tide goes out. That's where the teeth are. I beg to differ. Because I found my best ever shark tooth ever. So just because something or someone says this is how you do it doesn't necessarily mean it is. Now, a little bit of information about these teeth. This is why I find them fascinating. I keep calling them prehistoric, right? So you see that, I don't know if you can see that in the, get it in the cloud. It's black, right? Bone, teeth isn't black, it's white. In order for bone, and please fact check this and tell me if I'm wrong, in order for bone to turn black, it's sort of denatures a bit, right? And the time it takes for bone to turn from white to black is at least, this is mind-boggling, is at least 100,000 years. So this tooth is a minimum of 100,000 years old, otherwise it wouldn't be black. But that means it could be anywhere from 100,000 years to, I don't even know when these sharks began existing, if I'm honest. Which is mad, isn't it? 100,000 years. This has come from something that died at least 100,000 years ago. You find that fascinating? Because I do. Hold on, scrap that. It's not 100,000 years. I just had to quickly check it. It's 10,000 years. Still though, 10,000 years. Our smoky barbecue cheddar's as good as the original. Comment below. Gee. Comment below. Also, how good is it just being by the sea? It's so relaxing. And something else that I always think is, if you stare at the sea long enough, normally you'll see something. I've been fishing before and just looking out and saw, I think it's a porpoise. It's not dolphins, but whatever you get on the south coast. Just swimming along. See seal sometimes. Sometimes when it's a bit warmer, you see fish, bass attacking bait balls for fish. It's always something. Right, it looks and feels distinctly like rain, so I'm gonna call it a day here. I think I'm gonna go and get a coffee or something. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've enjoyed it, do us a favour, you know, hit the like button. Maybe subscribe if you're feeling particularly kinky. It's been a good day. I've enjoyed this. It's a really cool thing to do. Every time I've been down here, I've found teeth. You know, if you've got kids, it's not quite a nice thing, especially in the summertime. And remember, if you do come down here, you don't have to be on that bit, because I found them everywhere. So yeah, buzzing about that. My new personal best shark's tooth. God, I'm sad. You know what I find really mad? When you can't really see the difference between this, oh, you can on the camera, the sea ending and the sky beginning. Oh, it's quite trippy, isn't it? It's quite hazy and misty here at the moment.